what's up guys, Quincy Pine here. Today we're going to be doing a review of Killing for Sport by Esophagus. Same thing as the last video. There's going to be a picture of the album up there somewhere because you can't really see it on the CD. But we're not just going to be reviewing the original EP. We're going to be reviewing the KFS, which Killing for Sport, bonus tracks that they released, because all of them are on the CD that was released by Reality Fade, because they didn't just press the original EP, they pressed it with the bonus tracks too. I'm a pretty damn big Esophagus fan, but I have to admit that they're a very repetitive band. They're very repetitive. A lot of at least their first three big releases, and what I mean by that is their first album, Defeated by Their Inferiority. I don't remember fully the name. I never really knew it. But that, then Killing for Sport, and Inglorious Beings. I love Inglorious Beings. That is probably one of my favorite Slam albums, maybe. I don't know. But I'm a big Esophagus fan, but their first few releases are really repetitive. And I'm not saying they're bad. They're good at what they do. All their stuff has its moments, but it's repetitive and it's not the most memorable, but I still like it. But yeah, let's get into it, I guess. So the first track for the original EP is hold up. How do you say this? Uterla. Shit, I don't know. Uterla Advanced Genetic. I don't know what that first word is. But it starts out with this really cool kind of like fade in thing. Kind of like when some bands like use kind of like the song's really quiet and then it just kind of, it keeps building, but then it pauses and then it goes right into like the normal volume, full mix of the song. But it has great vocals. Esophagus, their vocalists are always really good. I know they've had a lot of member changes, I'm pretty sure. But they've always had great vocals. The vocals are good. And that's one of the reasons why they've stood out. They stood out when I first heard them, was the vocals. Because I never really heard the Predator noises and stuff. Which I'm pretty sure that's more common now. But, their vocalist has a really great vocal range, at least on this. The drums are mixed really well on this song. It has really great groove, and for all of these, really, it has like the smooth transitions between sections. It doesn't feel forced. It's smooth. It's you're riding along. And then at the end of the song, it has a funny sample. I think it's damn son, where'd you find this? I think that's the sample on the first one. Yeah, it is. Song number 2, Killing for Sport, the title track. I'm pretty sure is it? I think it's still their most popular song. I'm gonna double check myself on that real quick. But it was the first song by them I ever heard. Yeah, it's still their biggest song. At least on Apple Music it is. But yeah, the cool guitar part. The guitar is the most repetitive thing, because drums, it's like, it's hard not to be repetitive with drums. It's like, you don't want just a dude doing a drum solo over your song, so it's like, it's just there to keep the rhythm, but the guitar is the main repetitive thing. But it's not bad. They're still good riffs, but they're just chen, 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 chen. It's just kind of the same thing. But still great vocals, great transitions. I think this is the first time blasting shows up on this, is on the second song at 52 seconds in, it has blasting. But there's a really cool hi-hat groove at 1 minute and 1 second. Still, good hi-hat groove at 1 minute, 1 second. Cool rhythm change at 131. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's just great rhythm changes. And just good stuff that stands out to me. And then there's this cool halftime guitar thing. I think it's near the end, at 2:03, 2 minutes and 3 seconds in. And then it ends with another funny sample. I think it's friggin' like, this is a certified hood classic. Those show up a lot on the original EP. And then the last song for the fully original Killing for Sport EP, not the bonus tracks, which is Colossal Hunter. Damn. Colossal Hunter. That's the third track. Love the hi-hat work. Their drummer's really good. I like their drummer a lot. He plays really well. I don't know his name, but like I said, I'm pretty sure they've had a decent amount of member changes. I know they still have the same guitarist. That's all I know. But love the hi-hat work. Still, specifically on this song, there's a good rhythm change at 45 seconds in. Great ride work, like ride cymbal. If you don't know what that is, I don't really know how to explain it. But great ride cymbal work at 58 seconds in. There's just great slams. It's just, they're actually, well, what some people would say are slams, like really slow kind of stuff. That doesn't show, like, most of their stuff's kind of like mid-tempo-ish. It's slow, but it's not like, it's not like super, super slow. But they have some slow stuff. But there's a good, where is it? Oh, I didn't put a time thing. It just says great slams. But there's a cool drum pause at 1 minute and 33 seconds in. There's that snare near the ending, I think. Yeah, near the ending. It hits really hard. Like, the snare just, it's like they're, like, ear raping you with the snare in a good way. It's not, like, so loud it's unlistenable. It's just, like, I guess the engineer accidentally pushed it up a little too much on that part, or they did it on purpose. If they did, it's cool. I like it. But the snare hits really hard. And then the outro of this song, it fades out, but then it fades back in, and it kind of sounds like the first song. I don't know if it is, but then it fades back out, and that's the end of the original EP. So, yeah, that's the original EP. But now we're going to be talking about the KFS hidden tapes, which I'm gonna say number 4, and like I consider them all one thing just because on the CD they're all together. But the 4th track, yeah, it's literally called The Wrath. I thought I wrote that wrong, but no, it's literally called that. Starts with a bang. All of the mix on the hidden tracks is completely different than the original EP. The original EP is mixed completely different. Like, I would say this for the end normally, but I need to talk about it because I just thought about it. The mix on the first half, the vocals and the drums sound really good, but the guitars just kind of sound They sound the guitar sounds mediocre. But then on the hidden tracks, the drums and the guitar sound amazing. The vocals are super muddy, and there's just you can't really hear them extremely well, and I don't know if they had a different singer or what, but the vocals are different, and they're not as good on the hidden tracks, or hidden tapes, or whatever. But it feels like the hidden tracks were written better musically, not for the vocals, but musically, the hidden tracks were written way better. But for the vocals, they were They were kind of But back to the specific song. Starts with a bang. There's really good slams. Cool rhythm change at 30 seconds in. Really good drum mix. Really good drum mix on the second half. Love the blasting at 108. This song has some good blasting. Way better guitar tone. Yeah, like I said about the mix, the guitar tone's way better on this side. And then Oh yeah, really, like really fast, like surprise. Like I was like, oh shit, when I first heard this blast. Really good blasting at 2 minutes in. Like the other stuff, it was cool because he doesn't blast that much. But it was like, it was like it. Whoa, it was so weird for Esophagus. Um, yeah, not as prominent vocals and less vocal variation. He mainly does one kind of vocal. You don't really hear any of the other. You don't hear any predator noises. You don't really hear any of the higher, like any of the higher vocals or anything. You don't really hear that much. The fifth song, Despised One, or Despised Ones, I think it's one. Yeah, Despised One. It's groovy as fuck. This song has a really good groove. I think this is one of the first times pinch harmonics shows up on this release, because there's not, in the original EP, there's barely, I don't think there's any, actually. I don't think there's any pinch harmonics, which is surprising for Slam. That's really surprising for Slam. But on the first half, there isn't any pinch harmonics. It's weird. It's really weird, because it's Slam. It's like, what the hell? But then they start showing up on this side, or on the bonus tracks or whatever. But cool pinch harmonics. There's a cool pause, or cool pauses. Like there's like I said, there's better writing, so there's like kind of like pauses and stuff, but it's to build like anticipation or to just make it have a groove. Great rhythm changes. That's just overall. That's not a single side thing. That's overall. Punchy snare. The snare is just punchy on some of these songs. It's like, I swear to God, the engineer just kind of pushed up the knob a little bit and just like the snare was cranked up. I like when they do that, but it's just sometimes it's like, why? It's just random. Just leave it one way. But still not very much vocal variation. I think this one's the first time you hear a higher vocal, but it's so hard to tell because, like I was saying, the second half, the vocals are so muddy. It's frustrating because the vocals get ruined because they're so muddy compared to the first half. And it's just annoying. But number 6, Supremacy. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, Supremacy. Stank face. It was just started with like a stank face. It hits so hard at the beginning of this song. Crazy pinch harmonics. This one has a lot of really good pinch harmonics all over the place. There's some really good double kick at the beginning, and there's a little bit more vocal variation on this one, and the main riff, the like starting riff kind of thing, is really good. It has like those weird pinch harmonics. And then I guess my overall for this EP, and this has the bonus tracks on it too. That's why I did both. But my overall for this is, I'd probably give it a 6.5, maybe a 7. I wouldn't say it's the best ever. I love Esophagus, so I hate saying this because I'm not saying they suck. They do not. They're good. They're really good for Slam, and they deserve the attention they get. But this was their second release, so it was like, I think they might have been still trying to find who they were for this. But I'd probably say a 6.5 to a 7 maybe. But overall, like I said, the mix job was just kind of wonky between the two, even though they were supposed to be like for the same EP, because it's considered the Killing for Sport hidden tracks, like it was supposed to be on it, but it didn't get on there. But the mix is completely different. The vocals are so dead, and it's like, or not dead, muddy. They're so muddy that you can't hear the different variations. It's just, I feel like they wanted to make it sound better for the hidden tracks, but they made it good and bad. They changed one thing. They only needed to change one thing, make the guitar sound better. But they made the guitar sound way better, and then they made the vocals sound like shit. But overall, I love Esophagus. I'll probably do another review of one of their albums, not an EP, sometime. But yeah, I don't know why I decided to do this review. I had no reason to, but I wanted to. I'm going to try to start putting out reviews more often because it gives me something to do. But yeah, peace.